Hello, folks. Whew. Okay. How is everybody doing? Yes, the real Alexis is back. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Val, Emma, Matt. Let's see what's happening in chat. Kyle has some beer. Awesome. Alright, let's see. Is that in frame? We're in frame. Alright, I think I got a better cat set up this time. So hopefully, if Sasha decides to sneak around here today, you'll be able to see her. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, thank you, Emma. You are always lovely. Inside and out. All of you fine folks are. All right, how are my audio levels? While you guys let me know that, hello again and welcome back to Alexis Attempts Art. Thank you everybody for being here. How is everybody doing? How's everybody's weekends? Thank you, Val. I am I quite enjoy these. They are fun. I like my rings. All right, I'm just gonna pick up here where I left off. There we go. Maybe that's better music-wise. It's probably not just on your end, Emma. All right, so just to remind everybody and fill everybody in, hey Shad, on what we're doing, I am working on making a DM screen to match the dice box that I made for Chase. So this is the sort of design work that he had liked. Sorry for all the noise. Yes, we are getting closer and closer to the Tortle one-shot. The bar right up here tells you how close we are to Tortles. I will run an all Tortle one-shot when we fill that bar up completely. Total of 10,000 bits, folks. Yes, as Val says. All right, Emma. We'll see you when you return. I was gonna say something spicy, but I'm going to refrain. All right, so Shad did a one-shot for a charity stream on Sunday, or Saturday. Oh, with 2 drag queens, interesting. And a ring gnome sorcerer as a manager, and your bear totem barbarian as a bouncer and bodyguard. Teddy, bye-bye, Emma. Safe salutations in the shower, dear. All right. So the drag queens were the bard and the warlock? Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. Drag queens go hard on that charisma. Right? Safe showertations. Yes, Val. Oh, imagine Matt, but 2 of them. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Matt in full drag? Matt, are you still around? Matt, have you ever done full drag? I need to know. I also need to know if that is a thing that you would be interested in doing. it would be everything, but I mean, it's also not everybody's cup of tea, so there's no pressure. Matt is not answering. Somebody summon Matthew. All right, what are we doing with this? What even am I doing? Who knows? Does anyone know? Should somebody send help? I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. Oh, Matt stepped away for a shower. Chris has done drag. Oh, hey, Chris. Hi. Right, Shad. So many innuendos that your barbarian ended up not saying something. Not saying anything some of the time? Yeah. Not child-friendly. I hear that. Woo. Chris, did you enjoy doing drag? Also, cheers, folks. Thank you, Val. Yeah, this is inspired vaguely by... Alright. Volume might get a little loud here. Let me try turning it down a little. Nope, that's not doing it. Just let me know if the volume is too loud on the music. I'll adjust it. A professional. Oh, hey, Chris. That is something I did not know. Shad, you played 12 characters? Oh, level 12 characters. Okay, okay. Nice. So, Val, these sort of designs are kind of what Chase was looking for, and they are based vaguely on some of the art that is in one of my favorite webcomics. It's called Gunner Creek Court. Type that in chat for you folks. Maybe I'll try to link it. That's what I'll do. I am behind on it. I need to catch up. But it is absolutely one of my favorites. Let's see. I think that link is going to take you to the most recent page, the most recent panel in the comic. But yeah, the art and the writing in that is just so good. It's so good. I have the hardcover books. Please go check it out and support it if you like it. I mean, it's so good. Like I said, one of my favorite webcomics. And the, yes, Labyrinth vibes, absolutely. So, it's vaguely, these designs come vaguely from some of the magics that exist in Gunner Creek Court. So that's a lot of greatness. Gunner Creek Court has a female protagonist, and a lot of the main characters are women, and it makes my heart so happy. So happy. A lot of it revolves around the friendship of these two girls. So good. And I say girls because they're not grown women yet. They're in school. Shad had a bag of holding and threw a chest into it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Val, if you are not familiar with that comic, you absolutely should go and read it from the beginning. Oh, such good stuff. Such good stuff. There's a labyrinth in it pretty early on. Like a real, like, old school labyrinth. Yeah, I don't want to say more because I don't want to spoil it for you, but... Alright, let me start friggin' drawing here. What am I doing? I think that? Yeah, okay. But I just love the world that that Tom created in that. Right? And the art only gets better. Val, the art only gets better. It's so good. I can't say anything more than that. Like, it's just so good. I can't articulate any better because I love it so hard. I actually have a cosplay of the main character. I've never actually worn it out. I should wear it out at some point, but I've never ended up wearing it. I have to finish the wig that I was making for it. I kind of love it. I think this will end. No. It's gonna cut down and over. Yes. Yep, that's what's happening here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Right? On page 4, when the shadow communicates, you're hooked, right? I'm just, It's so good, Val. It makes me so happy that you're instantly hooked. I don't remember how I found that all these years ago, but it has just been one of my favorite things for so long now. And every now and then I stumble upon somebody who knows what it is, who's familiar, and it's just so great. They're... And I'm not going to say that there won't be... Yeah, Antimony Carver is basically the best name. I'm not going to say that there aren't any flaws in that comic, but there are so many things that get handled well that I'm just... I love it. I love it. I love it so much. Love it so much. Shoot, I was not in frame for a while there, was I? Nope, that's wrong. That's not good. Don't like that. Hey. Awesome, Kyle. This is your social time? Perfect. This is my social time too. That's fair. It's fair for the art to be secondary importance. How was everybody's weekend? Shad was saying that there was a stream that they did. Oh, Kyle asks what DP has on the docket this week. Well, let me tell you. So, tomorrow is episode 8 of Dragon Heisters. And that will be exciting. We're all a bunch of... The group is a dumpster fire. Let's just get that out of the way. The group is a dumpster fire. We are garbage liars. And we have Ghost in the Machine on Wednesday at 7 Central. We have Friday will be me doing this again. We will be having Lizard Plays, I believe. And Matt will be running Storm King Thunder. Episode 3 of Big Boy season. Should be good times. Saturday will be Matt's in the Machine. And Sunday is it's not us, but Matt will be on variant roles again for what is it called? For Urban Shadows. Good stuff. Yeah, Kyle, you had so much Matt in your life this weekend. And Val, I agree. You can never have enough Matt in your life. Having a lot of Matt in your life is pretty great. It's pretty great. Here it is. Yeah. Okay. Gotta kind of like snake around here. That's what's happening in this. Oh, Val. Yeah, get you some sleep. Only one sensible resolution to this problem. I must construct a robotic walking surface. Correct. Correct, Val. The dialogue is so good. Kyle, you did some writing for a campaign pitch. Nice. I have to edit it down. That's right. That's right. You take what you want to say and then you like, okay. Now I need to trim. Nobody will read the whole thing. It's the reality of the situation, isn't it? Ooh, oh no. Oh, interesting, Kyle. Val, I hope you have a lovely night. Please get some sleep. Don't just read Gunner Crib Court all night. And if you feel called out, it's because that's what I needed to hear many nights. But, you know, I could just reread this chapter. Oh, you know, I could just reread this next chapter, too. hours later. Who needs sleep? Sleep is for the weak. And then later, dying. Sleep is not for the weak. I need sleep. Everyone needs sleep. Except my mother-in-law, who can run on like no sleep and just destroy everything. It's amazing. I don't know how she does it. Oh, hey, Tim! Yeah, plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. The problem is if you don't do a lot of sleeping when you're alive, the dead part is gonna happen a lot sooner than you want it to. Right? I mean... Here we go. This can come down here. Yeah. Yes, right over here. Yeah, you don't enjoy the alive part as much if you're not doing much sleeping. It just cuts all the way down, comes over, and back up. Do I like that? No, I actually don't think that I do. Nope. Nope. Ignore this. It's all changing. This will come down here, though. Yeah. Tim, how was your weekend? And I think you just missed Val, unfortunately. Your fellow British moth. That's right, Chris. I'm sticking with the labyrinth theme. I don't know if you heard earlier, but what I was telling Val was that so this kind of style is loosely based on a webcomic that I love. Some of the art style in it. And it's called Gunner Kid Court. Could link that again for you. Yeah, you missed Val. I'm so sorry, Tim. Here, Chris, I'm linking this again. It'll take you to probably the most recent page, but you can go back and look at the archives if you want to. I quite love that webcomic. I have for years, and it's quite good. But yeah, so it's loosely based on that, and it's what Chase kind of wanted on his dice box. So that's what he got. You survived Easter at church. That's great. That's great, Tim. I'm guessing you had a very busy weekend. Let's see. And Shad roundhouse kicked a troll into a wall. and rage suplex a BBG into the ground. Wow. Damn. And Tim, you did 5 services? Oh my gosh. When did you sleep? Did you sleep? Did you sleep at all this weekend, Tim? I had a busy weekend also. I had band on Saturday, and then I was going to be at my uncle's for Easter or fertility celebration, whatever you choose to acknowledge it being. And so I just stayed up there that night, since where I have band practice and where my uncle lives are very close together. So I stayed up there, and it was an interesting evening. I ended up as kind of acting counselor for a couple that was going through some issues. They were supposed to be getting married tomorrow, and they were like breaking up and everything. It was interesting, but I had plenty of drinks to see me through. So,
You want some company for a few minutes?
if you want to give me some company, you want to grab a different chair. I set this up for Sasha.
If there's room on that other side, I can sit there.
Let's see. There might be. A little bit.
Sure. I can move the Sasha stuff.
You could do that also.
I'll do that.
And then if Sasha comes, you can just hold her. Emma had some shower beer.
Oh, I had a shower and then a beer.
Matt was also taking a shower around the same time you were.
Nice.
And Emma.
We're shower buddies.
Yeah. So Kyle inspired Emma to switch to have a beer. So
This-
she went to shower beer.
All right. You might wonder what this thing is full of. You might think it's tools. It's miniatures. It's Dungeons and Dragon miniatures.
Correct.
Organized by size. The huge and larger are in the bottom.
I mean, you know what, Kyle, that's a thing that you and Matthew have in common now, isn't it? As DMs, I drive my friends to drink. Definitely Matthew. I can only speak to a couple of episodes of things that I've seen you DM, Kyle. I think that scene with Crawford definitely drove a few people to drink. I need to catch up on that. Unfortunately, I was not around to watch it, and I do need to watch it. I might watch that tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, something around there.
Excuse me, sir. This chair is for my cat.
That's right. The chair was for Sasha. You took the Sasha cat chair.
Technically my cat. Technically.
Our cat. All right,
Our
fine.
cat.
Your
but,
cat, sure.
But if we ever like got divorced, I would get her in the. I get. What is it? Ownership? Not ownership. What is it called when parents get their children?
Custody.
Custody. I would get custody of Sasha.
There. Now it should pick both of us up a little bit better. The mic.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww. That's awesome. That makes me so happy that Val threw down so hard that Kyle is gonna cry. Aw, man. Oh, Val.
It's hardcore.
Okay. What do you think so far?
Looking good.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
enjoy that?
I enjoy it.
Good. Good, good, good.
I'll be trying to get through that maze all evening.
Will you?
Yeah.
You will be having a bad time. This is not a maze. There is no solving it.
Oh,
It's
no.
full of dead ends. Riddled with dead ends.
Just like life.
Just not happening.
Just like life.
Correct, just like life. There is no way to solve it. There is no correct answer. There is no winning.
There's no winning.
Oh, I was explaining D&D to my cousin over the weekend. And she asked me a few times, well, how do you win? I was like, well, you win if you and your friends have had fun. And she's like, really? She's like, there's not like an objective for and I'm like, no, I mean, you're telling a story together. You win if you had fun. Like, if you all walk away from the table feeling like it was good time spent, Then you won. She was blown away. She had never really heard D&D really actually explained. She had just heard people make, snide remarks about it being nerdy and geeky and all that other stuff. But she had never heard any information about it from anybody who had ever played it. So I got to tell her all about it. And she was so interested. She's like, I want to play.
I've only made people reading the chat. I've only had people cry, I think one time in my game. Maybe twice. But my games are usually...
You really got me in one session. I don't remember what it was that got me.
The thread, I think. The flashback thread? Or was it the one with Matt's, Ivar's dad?
It was Ivar's dad.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, Matt and I were both all teared up. Oh boy. It was a lot. It was good, but it was a lot.
Techno Scald, good luck to you. It's challenging. I'm very happy. I constantly tell people that I'm blessed that Alexis is into this stuff.
Yeah, now I play more than you do. I mean, I played before we met, so... Let's see, what else is happening in here? Yeah, it's nice to each have your own thing, Kyle. You're right. You don't have to, have all the same things in common all the time.
Sometimes it's challenging, like when you get the newest Game of Thrones book and it's like a fight over who gets to read it first.
Or Dresden for us.
Dresden.
Yeah, Dresden. Yeah. Let's be real, there hasn't been a new Game of Thrones book in the amount of time that we've been together.
Since we've been together, yeah.
So that's not a thing.
But, examples. Yeah, Dresden. Dresden was a better example.
Dresden is a much better example there.
I'm in this little nexus of dark. Oh, there it is. Leaning
What?
back a little bit. I'm in your shadow here, so I'm just kind of shadow chase.
Yeah, we'll need to get some better lighting down here.
Yeah. Matt,
there's Matt. Matt's back.
There's a new one? You mean he released it?
Fixed it?
Haven't seen it yet.
Haven't seen it yet. Sorry. Yeah.
No.
Last night I was not home early enough to watch it.
We're watching it after this.
Yes. Most likely. And I have some dinner and catch up on Game of Thrones. We will, Dice Priority, will be hosting the next session of Dungeon of the Mad Mage, though, which is on variant rules. Yes, Matt, this time that is Tim. Tim! Okay, we have to tell you this. On Friday, somebody showed up in the chat during this stream and has the same color to your name, to the name, but was a Mon Doctor. And it looked at first, just at a quick glance, so similar to your username that Matt and I both immediately just assumed it was you. And then I had to do a double take. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, Matt, I don't think that's Tim. It was somebody entirely different. It was not you. So we had a good laugh over that.
This is fun music.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Pretending to bite your shoulder.
Fun.
With the perspective that there is. I cut down a tree today
You did.
and cleared it all away.
Cleared it all away. Sorry.
Hey,
I'm not upset about it.
anyone who subscribed, can you do me a favor?
Yeah, Matt was disappointed. What?
Can you check the emotes and see if there's a second emote, a second subscriber tier emote?
Yeah, Matt, check it, please.
Besides the ghost in the machine emote, there should be a new special. Dang it!
It's not approved yet? The first one got approved so fast.
I'll check the email and make sure that.
Oh no, hang on. Wait a minute, who brought up skinwalkers? Oh, Tim, you have a doppelganger. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna check the email and make sure that we didn't get like some kind of notification that it got kicked back.
The last one, okay, the first one that I put up there got approved so fast.
Maybe we did something wrong.
Frustrates me. Yeah, I don't know.
That is awesome, Tim. There is a actually bricked up tunnel. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Like, what if they're in there, like, just waiting and watching?
Oh, wow. Oh no.
You can just
How
hear,
do you sleep now?
You just hear a gentle scratching in there.
Oh, you're under a funeral home? Oh my gosh. That is amazing. First of all, Matt says, I hope you don't mind. I carved that out for myself.
Glorious.
As a prank! That's just living in your walls as a prank! Mm. Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Ultimate goth preacher.
Yeah, it did.
Lives under a funeral home. That is amazing.
Yeah, we'll have to check after you're done because I don't have any notifications from Twitch one way or the other.
Well, you know, maybe they just are taking forever this time around.
Maybe. Wonder if there's a way to verify that I actually did it right.
I don't know.
I mean, you were there with me. It looked like you were doing it correctly.
Yeah, I don't know, honey.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Who's Mark?
It's from a movie. There's a very popular movie, I forget what it's called. They actually just recreated it. Where the guy walks in and he's like, oh, hey, Mark. It's like, it's panned as like the worst movie ever. I think it's called The Room.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
Because he said, oh, hey, Matt. And then I said,
my
hey,
God.
Mark.
Great.
Le Room.
Thanks,
Thank you.
great.
Thank you. Tim gets it. Tim, ignore her. She just, you know, this is just her channel, her episode, her show. You can't get away from my feet.
Get your feet off of me.
Who's gently crossed?
What is this? What am I doing? Whatever am I doing?
This music is fun too.
Correct.
I want to dance.
Is precious, isn't it, Emma? So we were talking earlier, Matt, now that you're back. Some of us in chat were talking about, and the question came up as to whether you would The question came up, Matt, have you ever done full drag? Delightfully queer of you is Emma's new favorite phrase. Perfection.
I'm gonna go work in the meme mimes for a little bit. I'll have you up on stream upstairs.
Okay.
I need more memes for tomorrow.
All right then.
Tap drag.
Is it a thing that you're interested in, Matt? Is it a thing you would want to maybe do?
Massage chair back.
Thank you. Look at that. Tim will join if you do. Look at that. And Chris was in chat earlier, and he said that he is a professional. This is information that I did not know. Which is great. It's great, Matthew. Is it a thing you would ever want to do? I love that. Chris has done drag. Emphasis on done. Okay, so Tim, you see this? Matt was gonna say no. But now, okay, so you would do it as like Mesa, which I already bought gold lipstick for. So, and we still have not done that. I've never done drag makeup, but I would try it. I would try applying full drag makeup for you, Matthew. We should workshop something up. Maybe that can be like a... Oh my gosh. Matthew, I have ideas churning in my head. We should talk. Emma's screaming. Maybe we do like a reach so many subscribers and we do a thing. Maybe you could do what Matt's in the Machine as full Mesa. What do you think about that, buddy? I love that Emma's just screaming now. I don't know, can the world handle Matthew in drag? Emma's screaming more. Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Not gonna line there. Not as such, no. Oh, it's sad that Tim's not coming to Gen Con. Tim, if you were going to Gen Con, I would say that you have to join. I'm gonna put together a goth night. Don't know what it's going to be, but if nothing else, it's just going to be, even if it's just me, even if it's just me with a playlist in a hotel room with everybody else and us just dancing our faces off. If I can't find an actual goth event, I'm going to make one. It's going to happen. Prepare your corsets. Prepare your corsets. Okay, that's over a little too far. Nice. There you go, Tim. Oh yeah, no, this is a thing that's already been long decided. People are begging for it. Absolutely happening. Absolutely happening. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, folks. Okay, this needs to just kind of continue here, I think, for a while. And then maybe a sharp turn here. That feels good to me. Still in frame? All right. Look at that. Matthew wants pics or it didn't happen. There it is. There it is. You see? You see. Cheers, folks. All right. All right, have fun, Emma. I'm glad you're taking some time to pamper yourself. You need to take time for yourself. Oh, are you, Matt? Jeez. When did that happen? Matt's playing in tonight's Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Dungeon level 5, character level 9. Cool. I mean, he really is, isn't he, Kyle? Matt's just gonna take over VR. Emma's literally yelling across the room at the stream. That is the tea. Oh. My teen cousins were, I think they've heard me vaguely talk about the fact that I stream and things like that. But, one of my teen cousins in particular this weekend was just so stunned and in awe and impressed by the fact that I stream. I understood a lot of the slang she was using, and that our Dice Priorities Insta account has very close to 2,500 followers. Which just a little shout out here. When we get to 2,500, we are doing another giveaway we have some beautiful dice we are ready to give away. Very excited. Knox has some good stuff in store for tonight. Awesome. Great, Kyle. Yeah, this is exciting. Matt's going to be some sort of, oh, you're going to be, oh, you're playing your Grave Cleric. Delilah, that makes me happy, first of all. Second of all, rescuing a druid. Cool. Oh, hey, Tim. You're 1,000 miles away. Who are you talking about? Matthew, those eyes. I love it. It's just... I know, I'm excited. Oh yeah, hey there, Delilah. Perfect. That's what I thought. I'm going back and forth in so much chat. Hey there, Delilah. I got it. We're good. Oh, hey there, Delilah. That's how it actually goes when Matt is involved. Oh, hey there, Delilah. I love the interactions between Matt and Tim. It's just the best. Tim says something. Matt, eyeball emoji. All right, bye, Kyle. See you later. Yeah, exactly, Tim. Oh, hey there, Delilah. Oh, hey. Matt, I'm very excited for your Grave Cleric, Delilah. Ooh. I don't know, though. Do you think the internet can handle her? Like, that's the real question, though, isn't it? I mean, she's something. Now, my follow-up question, though, is, Matt, is she in canon somebody that Duke has encountered and is a separate person from the Duke character? Or has she always just been one of Duke's personas? That's the question. Asking the real questions here. I'm asking things. Oh, wow. I asked a question about Matt's characters that he's not even sure how to answer. Look at that. I think, looks like you have some thinking to do, Matt. Looks like you have some thinking to do. Because they're very different implications, isn't it? Right? Like, especially once you think about it in the terms of the last one-shot that I ran for you on your birthday. Look at that. Asking the real questions, folks. That's what's happening here. Asking the real questions. Hey there, Delilah. Hey. Drinks intently. Yes, correct. Correct. Matt just putting eyeballs on everything. Matt, just give me a little message when you guys are ready to go live on variant roles. I will do a raid. Alright. So yeah. My cousin was extremely impressed with some of those things. And then I was showing I found out that one of my other teen cousins has been binging Critical Role lately. And he's never played D&D or anything. He just kind of ended up starting to watch it, and he loves it, and he's been binging it. He's campaign 1, and he just loves Grog. It makes my heart so happy. So he got the information for our stream, and he's gonna start watching some of our stuff. And it seriously makes me so happy. Isn't it great, Matthew? It's so great. It's pretty great. I love all of what that is, you know? Just so good. Oh, that's not in frame. Oops. Not in frame, Alexis. Let's see. What else happened this weekend? So I had band practice. It was pretty great. I've been doing some practice on different vocal techniques with my voice. And it's been paying off. Things that I hadn't really prioritized before, getting better at, that I am, you know, I had been working on different things, but never really putting too much pressure on myself to really improve in certain areas, and that's predominantly putting certain distortions on my voice. Oh, hey, Emma's back. And so I hadn't been doing a lot of adding distortion to my voice when I sing. It had been kind of just moments here and there, you know, add a little vocal fry here, give it a little grit there. But I hadn't done it very consistently, and I had been pretty careful on doing it, because if you do it wrong, you can really screw up your vocal cords and you can do some permanent damage. At worst. At best, you're like, if you aren't doing it right, you can end up just needing some vocal rest and recovery. But there's the possibility that you can permanently damage your vocal cords. And I want none of that. So I've always been pretty careful about doing things like that. But we are doing some Megadeth this time. We are doing, let's see, each of these recitals that I've been doing with my band for our guitarist's student recital, because he teaches guitar lessons. Each of these recitals has put me through the ringer. The first one put me through the ringer mostly because it had been a long time. It had been a long time since I had done something where I was really pushing my vocal limits for like 2 hours of solid singing with maybe only, I had like a 5 or 10 minute, not even 10, I had like a 7-minute break in the middle of that set the very first time. But I was being pushed pretty hard in terms of, because we don't change the keys on things for the most part. Because that would screw things up for the guitarists a bit. So I was being pushed in my range. I was being pushed on both my higher register and my lower register. There were songs in both of those that have been pushed in, each of these recitals. And then some of the things stylistically have pushed me. Last one we did, there were 4 AC/DC songs, and we did them all in a row. And AC/DC, first of all, you are never going to be, like, I am not going to sound like that, I don't think, anytime soon. He sings so frickin' high and has so much distortion on his voice. I'm like, you must have made a deal with the devil. I mean, that's hell's bells. But yeah, so that has been, each of these have been really challenging for different reasons, and very rewarding because they've been challenging. So I'm pushing myself in ways that I had not before. Yeah, hell's bells, Emma. This one, we have quite a lot. We have a good amount of metal this time. So we're doing some Whitesnake. We're doing some Megadeth. We're doing some Metallica. And I'm just like, it's great. I've been working on my Hetfield for Metallica. And, yeah, just working on that stuff. So I had some real good grit on the very end of Symphony of Destruction. And I'm singing everything up an octave on Symphony of Destruction because it's honestly like, it's too low in my register for me to sing and for it to feel like powerful and metal. So I'm marking it up an octave to give it some more power. And just so that it evokes more of that epic metal feel. But I ended with some distortion at the end that felt really good. And the band everybody just stared at me like, well, that sounded great. It felt really good. I was very proud of myself there. And then, with my family at Easter this weekend, my sister did not know that she didn't know that I had been practicing for years, slowly but surely working my way up to being able to do scream, like growl vocals. And I'm not like great at it or anything like that, but I can do it without hurting myself. So I was showing my sister and some of my cousins and some of the guests that we had at Easter this video. And I didn't give them any warning. I just wanted people to watch it. I'm gonna link it. Obviously, I can't play it on here without the audio getting muted, but I will link it. You can go watch it at some point. Okay, don't play. Don't play, thank you. Not a thing we want. Let me link this for you folks. Go watch that at some point. And I was breaking down how and why the singer of that band, the band is called Ginger, how and why Tatiana of Ginger sounds the way she does and how she can do what she does. And in that description, I ended up doing some of my screams, and my sister was just absolutely tickled. She was just in awe. She stared at me like, how do you do that? And then she wanted to learn how to do it. So I spent part of my Easter trying to teach my sister how to do a fry scream. It was definitely my most interesting Easter. Oh. It was pretty entertaining. Pretty entertaining. Alright, is this going down? Yes, it is. That's where this is going. And this came up from somewhere. I feel like down over here. Yeah. You know what? It joins. That's what happens here. There it is. We did it. Pretty. Yep, that's right, Emma. That's right. So yeah. I was kind of on that kick because of a few things. Because I was practicing up things for the band. And I was we have been doing some underwater stuff in Ghost in the Machine. We've got some aquatic stuff going on. And if you've ever seen Metalocalypse, they have, or if you've listened to the Death album by Death Clock, which is the fictional band that exists in Metalocalypse, they write a bunch of songs for the sea creatures. It's ridiculous and I love it so much. But they have a song where the lyrics are what I used for my inspiring speech for Gilly. I have a hair in my mouth. That's great. And so, because of that, was on my brain. And they do so much growling. So much, there's so much scream in there that, that was definitely on my mind. Aw, Emma. I stan Mixed Magpie. And I stan... I mean, let's be real, I stan every character you've played. Because I love you. And I love you so much. I love all of you folks in chat so much. You folks really make this stream what it is. And I love it. I love all of you. I love you too, Emma. And you, Tim. Okay. Ooh, quite a bit of progress on this piece so far. I'm pretty happy about it. So if you ever want to practice doing any of those sort of vocal techniques, the big thing to pay attention to is none of that like gravelly, like distortion sound should come from your throat area. It shouldn't come from your larynx. It shouldn't come from, what I should say is, it shouldn't come from your vocal cords here. If you're feeling any pain or anything in here, you're hurting yourself, you're not doing the technique properly, you can cause yourself serious harm. Don't do it. Don't do it. But if you want to do any of that stuff, you want to visualize all of that distortion coming from up in this area, in your face, up in the soft palate, where your uvula is, all of that stuff. And like if you're adding grit when you're singing, or if you're just doing a scream, which has no voice in it, a scream or a growl does not actually use your voice. It does not. There's a distinct difference. I could break it down in like the super technical terms of like what your vocal cords are doing and like all of that stuff, but you don't have like physical. It's a very different thing to say, I'm gonna move my finger over. I'm going to brush my hair out of my face. You are extremely aware of where your hand is, moving your fingers, brushing them against your skin. We don't have the same like spatial and physical awareness of what our vocal cords are doing. We just kind of, what our vocal cords do, we pretty much imagine and we visualize different things. Like someone who does more operatic singing probably visualizes, or at least for me when I'm doing anything operatic, or classical, whatever you want to call that, you bring the voice up. Your tone placement, like I visualize sometimes that there's this string coming up, and this is my voice. It's coming straight up out of the top of my head. If I'm belting, then it's very different. It's coming straight forward, like just like right here in my face, right? Or if you're using somewhere in between, like more of a Broadway style singing, you're probably projecting up this way. It's sort of a mix between the two almost, if you want to think of it that way. But yeah. But that's when we're actually using our voice. If you're using actual like growls and screams, you don't want your voice engaged. You don't want to be using your vocal cords the same way that they're utilized when you sing. You basically either want them straight open or pretty much touching. They are not going to do any of this like they would when you're singing. Undulating, if you want to call it that. But yeah, so there are two distinct different types of screams, growls, that sort of thing. And the easier one to kind of learn how to do is just, undulating and folds. There you go, Emma. Undulating and folds, oh my. The easier one to learn how to do is just, if you just and what happens with that is you just pretty much expel all of your air through while your vocal cords are just open. So if you say, like, if you are exasperated with somebody and you are just done, you know when you say, "Ugh!" So that has my voice and that distortion in it. Take the voice out. Say, "Ugh!" This is terrible. I've been drinking already. I shouldn't be doing this. Anyway, that's one way. The other way you can do a vocal scream or growl is a fry scream. And the easiest way to kind of learn how to do it is to start with, if you've seen The Grudge, there's that sound that happens. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. Let me move the mic a little. All right. Oh. All right. That sound that happens in The Grudge, if you've seen it. Right? It's a vocal fry. My voice is not engaged at all, but I'm making sound by putting the air through my vocal cords while they're basically closed. Yeah, horrifying. Isn't it great though? I love it. I love it. So when my sister was asking me how I do it and she wanted to learn, that's what I started her with. I started her with, all right, just make the noise from The Grudge, but make sure you're not using your voice. And then I said, now, while you're doing that, practice making it sound different by changing the shape of your mouth. Raise your soft palate, make ooh and ah shapes, and change it and just see what happens. So, and all the time making sure that you are staying hydrated, which is, I'm drinking alcohol right now instead of water, but and making sure that you're breathing well. You're sitting up straight, you're breathing from the pit of your stomach, and that you're engaging your diaphragm, all that stuff. But, so you just practice kind of making different sounds with your mouth while you are doing that vocal fry. And then the rest comes when you get more used to doing that, but yeah. When you hear people doing these screams, right? Not that, what I just did, but the screams. And I'm not super skilled at this or anything, so you can't I know conceptually how a lot of it is done, but in practice, I'm not all that skilled. I can do it enough to demonstrate very basically what different things are like, but I'm not going on tour for any of that shit anytime soon, let me tell you. Let me just put it that way. And there are far more people out there, much more skilled and much more knowledgeable than me, but we're on the subject now, so here we go. The way that people make different pitches, so it almost sounds, so a lot of people will think and assume that they are singing when in fact they are not. When you change the pitch of that scream, it's because you're changing the shape of your mouth. You are changing, you're raising the soft palate differently, or you are widening your mouth or narrowing it. You're either making the ah or the ha sounds, like shapes. And that changes the pitch of the scream. Little tidbit. There is a very distinct difference between singing that has that distortion and grit on it and screaming where you still hear different pitches. The pitches in a scream don't come from your voice whatsoever. It is all the shape that you are making with your mouth and the soft tissue inside of your mouth. Fun fact. And a lot of what somebody's scream or growl sounds like is entirely dependent on their biology. Skill will get you only so far. The rest of it, how deep it is naturally, or how resonant, how much distortion you can add, and what it can sound like, is largely dependent on your biology. It's just how it is. So like the shape of your larynx and things like that are going to change distinctly what your screams, what your vocal effects sound like. I don't know, is any of that interesting? Just going on a tangent about vocals. Thanks, Emma. I'll share my passion. My passion. Aw. It's mutual, Emma. It's mutual. So yeah. That is what I did for a good portion of my Easter Sunday, folks. Explaining to my sister what different vocal techniques are like and how to do them. And the other thing is, like I was saying before, if you're feeling anything like pain when you're trying any of this, like, just stop. Don't give yourself as much vocal rest as you can the rest of the day. Don't continue practicing your vocals, especially if you don't have somebody who's actively training you in there with you to help you correct. If you're trying to just do this by yourself, you have to be really careful. Hey, Dan! I'm just talking about how to do vocal techniques like screaming. What is this stream? I don't know. We're working on a DM screen. And the DM screen this is one of the panels for the DM screen. And the design, it's going to eventually match this dice box that I made for Chase. Or that I designed. I didn't make the box itself. Just need to clarify that again. But yeah, I did the designs on it. I did the wood burning for it, and I stained it, sealed it. And then I added the leather on the top. It's got this nice leather. I love this style of box that I found. It's got this nice little tray on top so he can take his dice out and roll in. You know? That's a good roll. Check out that shit. It's a 17 and an 18. But yeah. It's all nice and stained on the interior and everything too. So we can keep his dice and then roll them on the tray without damaging the wood. You gotta protect your wood, folks. Protect your wood. Mm-hmm. What's up, Dan? So happy you could join. That's right, Emma. Protect your wood. I had to protect Chase's wood, you know? Anyway. Oh, yes, I see what this is doing. Over here, down like this. So what's going on, Dan? Dan, the VR man. That happened. I'm not sorry. All right. Yeah, Val was in here very briefly also, and then she headed off to bed. I do appreciate you folks popping in, even though you're in, like, time zones that make it very difficult to just be here. What other name did I come up with for you, Dan? Matt called you. What was it that Matt called you? Papa Bear. And then I added something to it. Now I can't remember. It was so much. It was so much fun at the time. Oh boy. I can't remember now for the life of me. Not that it matters at the moment, but you know. Dapper Dan, Papa Bear. It's true. It's accurate. Right. Matt definitely did come up with Papa Bear. And it was perfection. It was sheer perfection. Pretty perfect. Matt is very soon going to be playing on Dungeon of the Mad Mage on variant roles. In about, I think, 10 minutes, they're going to go live. 10-ish minutes. So stick around in here, folks. We are going to raid. Aww. We love you too, Dan. I need a new eraser for this pencil. Basically, uh-oh. It's like stuck. It's not gonna come out. I've been erasing too much, folks. Oh no. It's alright, I'll figure it out. This pencil and its eraser have seen a lot of use. Yeah, we gonna raid. And that's right, Tim, Papa's here. Alright, I have made some progress today. You know, maybe not as much as I would have liked, but you know, it's distracting chatting with you folks sometimes. Nope, not like that. Not like this. Not like this. Right, that's gonna go. How is this gonna happen? Like this. Right? Yes. So it comes around like this. Am I in frame? Yes, okay. There we go. We did it. VR Dad, yes. Aren't they great, Dan? So much of the stuff on this playlist is from Occam's Laser. Like all the super gothy stuff that I've got going on here. It's Occam's Laser. almost every single track that I really love. Almost all of my favorite tracks on this are Occam's Laser. So good. They're so good. Like Hex and Crucifixation I think is probably one of my favorite tracks, and it's on here. Yep. This is one of those like 80s retro wave sort of tracks right now, Emma. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think you should, Dan, go with Pretzel like this. It's just a little time consuming to like curate a list. If you want to know the songs that I have for this on my playlist that are in this wavelength, I can let you know. We can compare playlists. All right. Let me think here. Take a drink and have a think. Yeah, it would be really good for Bleeding Edge as well. Yep. That's right. Absolutely. All right. What I just noticed? All right, my camera frame is just not where it used to be. You used to be able to see more of my wonderful goth corner right over here. I'm gonna have to fix my camera angle. Oh well. Is everybody excited to see Matthew play his grave cleric Delilah? I know I am. Alexis is goth corner. That's right. That's right. Oh, the other thing. Okay. The other thing that I am working on is figuring out a setup to do Twitch things. It is a thing I'm working on. Haven't quite figured that out yet. But I have been going through and kind of learning a little bit of like what settings to work with and stuff. I haven't figured out what the setup is going to be, where I'm going to do that. If I'm going to do it down here, it's probably... Acoustically is probably the best place for me to do it. Also, if I'm doing it after Chase goes to bed, it's probably better if I do it down in this area instead of at my desk. My desk is directly below our bedroom, so probably not wise to do it that way. We'll be waking him up and disturbing him if I do that. But yeah. So it seems like we're pretty sure, we at Despro over here, we're pretty sure that's a thing that's gonna happen. We're pretty sure we're gonna do Twitch things. And it looks like it might not just be me doing Twitch things. That would be fun. And we're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. So pay attention, stay tuned for that information when that gets figured out. Yeah. More vocal fry. There you go, folks. I'm already pretty impressed with some of the songs that they have on there. I did not expect. Okay. Here's a track that I did not. A band that I did not expect to see on there. Type O Negative. They have Type O Negative on Twitch Sings. The content that I need. Thank you very much. They have a little, I think they have one song by The Cure. If I remember correctly, it's Friday, I'm in love. And they have, yeah, they have Black Number One by Type O Negative on there, which I am excited about. I am ready to sing that shit. So I might still be able to have a little bit of a goth corner, even on Twitch Sings. I'm also happy with the amount of Lana Del Rey that's on there. I'm excited about that. It's like, if you want goth pop, basically, right? That's how I look at Lana Del Rey. They are shooketh. The folks at home are shooketh. Yeah, so I am excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. I just have to figure out which of my mics I'm going to be using and figure out the calibrations, because the settings are a little twitchy. Twitchy. I'm not sorry about that. I'm not. By the way, I get that shit from my mom. In my family, it's not dad jokes, it's mom jokes. 100% mom jokes. No, Pretzel, that's not what we're going to continue to play. What are we going to play? I'm just going to skip through shit until I find what I want. Yeah, okay, that's good. That'll work. This will work. Matt, how's it looking on your end? We ready to raid yet? I'm gonna get the command prepped. Or Dan can let me know. Anybody can let me know if we're ready to raid. Well, that's a very good reason to be gone, Dan. Feeding Ella, our Variant Rules mascot. Oh, that's good. You'll be able to go to sleep at a reasonable hour then, Dan. Thank you, Air Bear, for the follow. Thank you so much. Hey. Tim is ready. On our command, we shall raid. Get ready to raid, folks. Just waiting for the info from Matt. Oh man, Dan, that sounds rough. I myself am a night owl, so if I'm not up till 1 a.m., then something is probably wrong. And thankfully for myself, I make my own work hours. So that's very nice. But, you know, not everybody has that flexibility in their schedule. Okay, they're live, but it's just the start screen. Hey, everybody who's just joining in on this channel. I am just doing a little sketching for a DM screen that I'm making. And very soon we're going to be doing some raiding. So hang out here with us for that. Oh, that sucks, Dan. Yeah, having to get up early for work. You would think that the many years of me having a standard day job where I have to be up and functional earlier in the morning, you would think that would have made me less of a night owl, but in fact, no. On the weekends, I revert very easily, and now that I don't have those restrictions on my schedule, I'm just reverted right back to being a night owl. Just right back right away. Right away. Oh, see, I have no trouble sleeping late, Dan. No trouble whatsoever. Oh, Emma, Dan, I feel sorry for the both of you. That sucks. Oh. Sleeping late is one thing I do exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. Oh, Emma. Oh, that reminds me of my my Spain days. I did a little exchange in Spain right after I graduated high school. That summer, right after. And on the weekends, I can't tell you how many times I was up till like 7 or 8 and I saw the sunrise. The sunrise is later over there in the summer than it does where I am now. So, but it was nuts. They're quite lovely. They're quite lovely, Emma. See, Dan, this track by Occam's Laser, it's so friggin' good. It's also pretty different from like their 80s retrowave stuff. Yeah, it's so good. I love this track a lot. Still in frame? Kind of in frame. Alright, yay! Yeah. Yeah, if you hadn't noticed, I'm into the darker aesthetic. It is my shit. A little too close here. All right, folks, it's that time. Hang on to your butts. We are going to raid some variant rolls. All right? See if I got the... Hey, I got the command right this time. Okay. All right. Folks, stick with us. We are going to raid. Ready? 5, 4, 3, later, witches.